Incredibly popular. They're flying. They're under $40. Wait till you see it. Our today's special. And there we have them. The color you're seeing right now is what we're calling the Palm Multi. Gorgeous Caribbean waters, the sand, just ready for vacation, ready for the place of worship, ready for the patio. That's what it's called, the BishopSleeve Patio dress. But we've been waiting for 6 years for this dress because this is the first today's special dress from Antthony in 6 years, and he pulled out all the stops, the lace, the elastic on that actual hem of your wrist of the bishop sleeve. You can pull it up, you can pull it down. It's so light and breezy, fully lined, of course, and there you have that floral. This one's actually going to be called the Garden Multi. I mean, this is the day, the afternoon, the morning, and the evening. Look how stunning that print is, a true bouquet of flowers. We have belted it with an Antthony belt. You can belt it or not. We have 2 inseams on this, or 2 lengths, excuse me. The 52 inch is the average, 49 inch is petite. But don't worry about getting it exactly right because it is going to look spectacular no matter where it hits you there. In that calf area, it's just flowy, it's just feminine, it's perfection, and boy is she comfortable. Not a zipper, not a button, but it looks like you just got it perfectly tailored to you. It looks like Kenya just went somewhere and said, okay, $200, make it fit like a dream. I will show you the one that I'm wearing is actually called the Floral Multi. Very popular and beautiful with the brown tones. If you love that little hop of spring. Only about 1,000 left of that one. How gorgeous is the butterfly? If you love purple, if you love ultraviolet, look at that with that stunning navy lace detail. Only 800 left there. And I will show you, I think that we've shown all of them in the intro, so let's not waste any more time. Let's bring out the man of the hour. We have Antthony here with us. He has studied in Paris. He studied and worked with the top couture designers all over the world.
How are you?
You're my absolute favorite Southern gentleman.
Pleasure.
I'm so lucky to be able to do this show with you because this is maybe our most popular today's special I've seen in the whole year. We've sold almost 9,000. Congratulations.
Thank you, ladies.
And
Thank
I thought maybe you made a mistake on the pricing.
Right?
Under 40 total is wild. Everyone is grabbing this.
It's unbelievable.
Yes.
It's unbelievable. One of our top makers are bringing you this dress, and I'm so proud of it. We spent a lot of time fitting it. I mean, we had like almost 9 fittings for this one particular dress, which was fantastic. We never get that many. And then the digital print process was amazing. 13 color screens on just one textile. So that in its own is a record breaking for us.
On this one?
13 different shades of grays and silver. It's the most exotic textile I think I've ever worked on. And the most intricate one was the animal. And you would think the animal would be the most easiest to do. No. But because it has so many different shades of cappuccino and honey and a deep, deep chocolate brown, the separation process was immaculate, what they did.
Oh, yes. So it's one of those ones where no matter what your tones are, if they're cool, if they're warm, the blacks, the grays, even the whites, this one's going to just be stunning with it. And I think I remembered seeing this print in the past, and we lost our mind because we said, oh my gosh, if you have any in your tans, your sands, your khakis, your whites, your blues, your greens, your yellows, it's just so wonderful.
Well, this reminds me of Sedona, and I love Sedona. I love nature, and I think this is there's something about crystals and gems and earth finds are wonderful to wear in tones of fashion.
Absolutely. Okay, speaking of earth tones, you're about to see, there's the leopard right there on the left. That's Ingrid. We have 80 left total in the leopard.
Thank you.
And I think we have all sizes available. I'll double check, but if you are able to move quickly on the item number 903674, you may be able to grab the leopard, but at this price, if you can swing 26, you're gonna get 2.
Yes.
Really, truly, because they're just something very, very special. They're gonna be a year-round dress, and they will always meet you wherever you are.
Absolutely.
With that wonderful elastic waistband, and they're so simple pull-on. Even the mesh has a stretch to it.
It's delicious. You know, this mesh is not like a typical mesh. It's called a European mesh. And what I love about it, it's very fine gauge. It has a really nice durability to it. It's not wimpy. It has great memory, and it takes color so deep. And what I love so much about working with this, it's a sewer's dream. It's a dream to connect the dots with the the gimping of the lace. It's a dream to do this wonderful, soft empire, which I will talk about in a minute. It's amazing how we achieved that. But even the philosophy, the technique of putting a brighter shade of color underneath the mesh to pop the illusion of the print. It's just all in harmony.
It is harmony. And also if you love your amethyst, you love your lapis, you love your turquoise, it really is an invitation to wear so many different bits of jewelry. This is that garden multi that Kenya's wearing in the 1X.
This one was like a surprise. We had presented the collection to the Today Special Committee here at HSN, and one of our biggest cheerleaders, Bridget, she said, "Where is that Antthony black ground print with the brights?" And I had not submitted one. And she sent me a note and she says, "Where's that Antthony bright print?" And I said, "I got something for you."
I'm so glad you did. It really is better than a bouquet of flowers. I've just gotten word we have only size small now left in the leopard and about 3 dozen left. So congratulations to all of you with the fast fingers, able to grab that. Even if you're a medium, you know, this is something where I think you're gonna find the sizing is quite generous. It really is cut for ease of movement. Now, the one that's most popular right now, and I welcome all of you to just feel the joy that I did as soon as I placed on this floral multi. It's just serotonin in a print, so gorgeous. And I really think the shade of that deep orange that you added here, it's just a nod to a little bit of that vintage look. You see how stunning that is, how flattering? And this is the stretch I'll show you here. So you can always choose, if you want it a little lower, that's fine. I like pulling it up just by the elbow, so then when my arm is down, look at that bishop drape.
Well, this print was is Weeda's, who works with me, Weeda's favorite print. And I see why Weeda loves it. Every time I look at it, I see something new. I discover something really fantastic about it. The fruit and the citrus colors. But then we played with these Southern Gentile florals that are just so signature of Savannah and the Low Country. And what I love so much about each print we chose, each one marries to the silhouette perfectly. Like, it's not overpowering. Each one has a little story to it. And the one you're wearing is really, if someone can get that as a collector's piece, it really is.
I believe there should be a 1 or a 2 in front of the price tag, especially on this one. And I'm wearing it with the belt. It's beautiful without the belt. And I'll just show you, because I know that we just have the 2 models. It's really a lovely drape. You have that empire waist, which is always flattering on any bust or waistline. But we do still have all sizes available in the extra small to 3X on this one, as well as our palm, which will be, these will be the next 2 to sell out. Anthony, congratulations on this one.
Well, thank you. When you design a dress, you want it to look good coming and going. And you want it to have all the accoutrements that you're used to in a custom. And what we were able to do around the neckline is we add a wonderful elasticine tape that keeps it right on your shoulder line. And you might feel it, something that's really pushing down lightly to keep that in place on the décolleté. And then we added the raglan sleeve, which was really important for me to have. And I want to thank Glenn, because he really entertained me on this, because this design line really flatters a woman and it gives you more mobility. This is like the #1 sleeve baseball players wear, because they can get more rotation in their swing and in their throwing of a ball. There is a philosophy behind a raglan sleeve. And I love it. I love them for women, because it really, if you don't have shoulders, it gives you shoulders without a shoulder pad. They're very sleek, they're very chic, and the top designers like Kamali and Valentino, they all do it, and it looks so sophisticated. And then the skirt is so wonderful, because it's a soft A-line, but it's not too much fabric. And you know, my favorite designer in the whole wide world is Ralph Lauren. And he makes beautiful A-line skirts, and I always study his designs. And then you have this fluted flounce. So you really got a best of both worlds, with the A-line, with the flounce, and then the wonderful décolleté and the raglan. They all come together in harmony.
Is the raglan, just so I learn, I love getting the lessons, because you studied in Paris, you studied with the best of the best, and I love learning. Do you mean where this hem begins here? Okay, so the hem is, as you can maybe even see it on me, it's a little bit forward to the shoulder.
So it's not a set-in sleeve where we go all the way around. And you have mobility. It's like a dolman. Like, I love dolman sleeves, but not every woman can wear them. If you have a bust line and you're very, you know, you have exaggerated bust line, a dolman is the worst thing you can wear, because it just makes you look like a big old bat wing. Whereas I love a raglan, because it's like, it makes you look very feminine and very small. So you don't look like you're just, oh, here's the world. You just look very dainty and demure. And debutante dresses of the 50s and the 40s, they all were like soft raglan sleeves. They just look so elegant.
It really is elegant, and it also is so flattering just to the waistline, to the shoulders. I think all of us today, throughout the day, we've had all sizes, all heights wearing it, and I love your length on this. For the 52 inches, which is what I'm I'm wearing. You're not going to have to worry. Grab the petite if you'd like the petite. Even if you're not a certain height, if you just want it, you know, just those couple inches higher, but it will always have the demure ladylike length. You don't have to worry about that. You do have a fully lined skirt. There is nothing that's going to be sheer or see-through. The only place that won't be lined is right there on the sleeves, but as you can see, it's not exactly inviting, you know, any kind of see-through inappropriateness. It's just gonna breathe like heaven. And I just feel like I need to invite someone over for some, you know, iced tea.
Yeah, when I first started in the industry, I went to work for a big brick and mortar company. And so they sent me to work with one of the top designers in everyday dresses.
Yep.
And the name of the line was Lucy Pellini. You probably own a Lucy Pellini dress. And Virgil von Bromlett spent about 4 months with me training me about everyday dresses. And that's probably the best, best on-the-job training you could ever get is working with an artisan in everyday dresses. He made banker dresses, and the Lucy Pellini brand was one of the top brands in retail. And he used to tell me all the time, you really have to love women to design clothes. You really have to think like they think and be frustrated like they are when they can't find something to wear. And I learned that real fast, that, you know, you have to have something fresh in the wardrobe. You know, you're having a lackluster day, the dress is the best way to pick you up. It really is.
It is, and it doesn't matter how you're feeling, the dress is gonna meet you right there.
Yes.
No zippers, no buttons. It's just like,
it doesn't judge you.
No, it doesn't judge me. I'm gonna be wearing this 31 days a month. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's so, and also, by the way, if you're a little bit sweaty, if you're a little bit hot, nothing on this one.
And that's why you saw, like, in the 50s and the 60s, so many women wearing dresses because, oh, I just go in my closet, get my little dress out, I put it on, my earrings, and they look so happy, and put a little pillbox on, and they're out the door. And now you go fast forward to today, it is just, when women think, oh, I don't have to worry about what top goes with what bottom, and I still look beautiful, and if it's cut right, I'm gonna look very lean and in shape. That's what a dress does for you.
I feel that. I felt like I put it on, I said, I don't remember losing the 5 pounds, but the dress did it, and that is what we love. So you're seeing right here is the butterfly multi. I think this one's really special. It is our most limited now. We have in the hundreds left. We do have all sizes available. Please remember this price is going to go to $65 at midnight, and that I think will still be a steal for this piece.
Can I tell you, I love this print because I went to an Indian wedding several years ago, and the bride last dress was a sari in this particular pattern, and I fell in love with it. And it was a Bibas design from London. And I wanted this print in my collection because if you're anything like I am in the summertime, I like to go out in the backyard barefoot and put my feet in the grass. And this is one of those dresses, like if you're at a barbecue and you're having ribs and all these wonderful good things that we're not supposed to have, but we love them. You know, I just love it. And this is a dress that you are like, you have the potato salad, you have the cornbread, you have the corn on the cob, and you're like, oh, I feel so good. This food is so gracious to me. And if your favorite aunt made your favorite cake, this is a dress you want to wear because you're just gonna feel like you're just one with yourself and one with the universe.
I do. I want to take off my shoes. I want to frolic and pick a wildflower.
Yes.
It's exactly what I want to do.
Yes.
And then like put a curse on an ex-boyfriend. I don't know.
I know, right? That would have been 16 again. That's that dress.
That's it.
It is 16 all over again.
And you know what? I know my husband would love this dress. I know my daughter would love this dress. I know my mother would love this dress. They're going to love me in this dress. It's that one that everyone's going to compliment you on.
Yes, absolutely.
Inky and I are both wearing the medium. She's wearing the medium in the butterfly. I've been wearing it here in this floral multi, which is our most popular right now. The color is so universally flattering, but it's really this pop of orange. This is what makes it, if you were in those vintage boutiques, you know, where every dress costs $300 to $600 minimum, and you see these details and you go, oh goodness, I simply must have it.
You must.
And then you think, okay, can I finance it?
Right.
$90 per payment.
He won't mind.
If you thought you could finance this dress for $39 a month, if you thought you could rent this dress for $39, I think you'd be thrilled. That's the total price. And here we have FlexPay. If you're just joining in, if you were, you know, flipping channels, I think this is one of those dresses that might have stopped some people in their tracks. Guess what? You don't have to sign up for anything to do FlexPay. You don't have to use any special credit card, all credit cards, debit cards, Apple Pay, any of it. What we'll do is we'll say, just pay a third of it, we'll ship it right away. We don't wait till the end of the third month. It's not layaway. You just pay $13 and change. We ship you the dress right away. That's for everyone. If you're using your HSN card, you know you get that extra month, which is great. That brings it down to about a $10 flex pay. And I think that's why we are just about sold out in the animal, while you're gonna sell probably all of them out by the end of today because this price is so special. It really is a gift, and I think it's why people are grabbing more than one. Now, do you recommend, because I would say grabbing more than one for sure.
Definitely.
Do you recommend just getting two in your true to size?
True to size. Yep. It's very true to size. And I want to tell you, this is an American fit by an American designer. You don't have to worry about any of those funny size scales. This is a very true all-American fit. And if you carry your weight in your thighs or your bust, just shop your top size and you'll be fine. And I'll tell you, you'll be so happy to know that I'm very generous with fabric and sweep and hip areas because those are the danger zones that my ladies who shop with me, my curl girls, loved me because I pay attention to those details, the bust, the waistline, the hip. And if you're a petite gal, we have petites, which is a fantastic thing.
Yes, I agree. Look how pretty that palm is on Kenya.
I love
the
it.
Pool, the resort, even just the pickup line, of course, taking this to church on a Sunday. I'm telling you, I am in love. Let's go over to them, shall we?
I love the sneakers.
And you mentioned your sizing. I want to say, you know, I'm wearing a medium. The bust on that is a 40. You do have stretch. Your 1X here that we see on Kenya, that's a 49. The 3X a 57. You don't have to worry, girl, it's going to fit. But if for whatever reason you get it home and you said maybe just a little bit, you know, snugger or a little bit different, we will pay the shipping and handling to ship back that one. We'll pay the shipping and handling to ship you the size or the color that you prefer. We have the world's greatest exchange policy here to make sure you love it as much as we do.
Yes, and I'm telling you, you're gonna buy one and you're gonna go back to get the second, and it's gonna be sold out, which is
that's the one thing I'm worried about.
Last time I was on, I was with Amy Morrison and we had a two-piece set, and I had so many women on Instagram. One called me and I answered. I'm in the kitchen cooking, and I answered. She goes, "I didn't get my set." As a child, I can't help you right now. I'm cooking. But let me tell you something. That's maybe a will call. But I'm telling you, do we not necessarily?
I know you don't because I texted him once when I wanted those green pants, and you're like, they're gone. I'm like, but I needed them and I didn't get them in time.
Track.
And I had the inside track. So this is your inside track. You're watching the inside track right now on Kenya, the 1X, and that is that palm color, if you are calling it, and it's called the Palm Multi. Just beautiful.
Isn't it stunning? And what I love so much about it, she can zhuzh the sleeves up and get a more shorter sleeve. If she's going on vacation, and really this is like the Cayman Island watercolor. It's like this crystal blue watercolor. And then you get a little bit shorter sleeve. And she's out with her sneakers, she's doing her wonderful sightseeing, and she's comfortable. She's so comfortable. And if they stop at a restaurant, she can just go into the restaurant and feel appropriately dressed.
Anywhere appropriately dressed. It says like, let the event come to you because you are ready for it no matter what happens. Of course, if you're going on a vacation, if you're going on a cruise, this will be the first thing you pack. Absolutely. When this comes home and you take this out of the HSN box, you're gonna know you got away with something. And if you didn't have the cruise booked, you'll book it because you got the dress.
Yes, and
that's so fun.
It's wrinkle-free. Like, I did an unboxing because I get one of every size in production. And I was opening, I was like, this is so amazing.
Yep.
Just the way it was presented, they did a phenomenal job of packing. Look how gorgeous.
No wrinkles at all. We didn't steam any of these.
No, you didn't have to.
No steaming required. You know, if you know you're going to be living your life and you still want it to look great at 8 p.m.
Big mistake. I got insurance. Big mistake. That's my favorite scene. I love her. That actress got me Bates. But I love this dress on you, Ingeborg.
Amy, the butterfly multi is now selling best. Mostly because the dance. Can we do the dance again? Let me see. Let me see. Very good. We do still have all sizes, but it will be the next to sell out after that animal print, which we have about 2 dozen left in size small. Get it for her. She's going to love it. If you know someone who's a size small, she will love that animal print.
You know what I love about this print? It can go right into fall with a high black boot. I mean, you can wear an UGG boot with it. It'd be so cute. And then a chunky sweater over it. I mean, it's so much you could do with this pattern because it's very, I mean, navies are just so transitional with amethyst and aubergines and even with chocolate brown. It just looks so sophisticated.
Well, we had these navy boots last year, you know, like the navy. I can't imagine if you wear that with some navy suede.
Oh my gosh. And one of those I want to Colleen Lopez, like, you know, one of her faux leather jackets.
Yes. And you don't even have to be matchy-matchy.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, there's no gold in this dress.
No.
And she's got the gold going on. She has the beautiful natural straw tones and everything. No one does color like Anthony. He is so aware. When you said how many different tones of color are in each print?
13 colors.
13 colors.
And I love, I love color. And I love the philosophy of what color does for the mind.
Ooh.
It's the most amazing healer of a lot of things in the mind. And I love mixing the amethyst with the blues. And I just think it's so important for women to have color in their wardrobe. I know some women just don't like to be too colorful, but it doesn't hurt. And once you try it, you put your little toe in the water, you won't go back. You'll be really surprised at how much elevated you feel when you walk out of the room after getting dressed with something really fanciful bright on.
Yes, and it doesn't wear you. The dress will not wear you. It's not gonna, you're not gonna be worried about stepping on it. Very, very smart length on that. We did just put up the information, I believe, for the belt that you're wearing, Ingy,
so much
because
fun.
your belts are not boring.
They're not.
They are not boring.
I wish we have a belt fitting tomorrow morning with Christina. And Christina, she's like my belt icon, and I lean on her. I have a lot of young people in my life, and I feel like it's so great because we learn from each other. And this particular belt, she said, you got to do a guitar strap. And I was like, guitar strap? She goes, that's the rage.
Cool.
I was like, okay, cool, let's do it. And so you can see she put the guitar strap on it.
I love that.
And I was telling my mom's all of 85 years old. I said, Mom, I have to do a guitar strap belt. She said, that sounds good to me, try it.
I love
Mama
it.
Hankins has spoken. So we did it, and look how fabulous it is.
It is, and the color is very powerful.
Yeah.
The healing power of the butterflies. I mean, I see my grandmother every time I see a butterfly. I painted her, a portrait of butterflies in these exact tones for her that I kept forever. If you are going through something, if you know someone going through something, the transformation of the butterfly is so healing. It's so
healing.
inspirational.
And I have all butterfly Buddha trees around my house. I can see the butterflies wrap around. And what's really so great is like you get the cardinal first, and then you get the butterflies.
Yep.
So you get those two signs, and you're just like, oh.
Oh yes.
It's so beautiful.
They're very special. I agree.
Yes.
The cardinals are my grandfather, and the butterflies are my grandmother. I love that.
So beautiful.
Ingy's wearing the medium. I'm also wearing the medium. Now I'm wearing them with a 4-inch heel. I'm 5'9", Ingy are 5'8". But you'll see this isn't going to be the total floor length, but sometimes in the summer you don't want the full maxi.
Right.
Sometimes you just want this lovely little hem here.
Well, we haven't seen the midi since, Marilyn Monroe, and really since Edith Head was doing them for Betty Davis. And now it's made this big surge, and it takes like a big designer like Valentino or a big designer like Stella McCartney to do it on the runway, and then everybody like Vogue and all, oh my God, the midi's back.
Yes.
And the midi is just the most amazingly, because if you're square body like Betty Davis was and no waist, it gives you a waist and it gives you instant height, whereas the maxi will just totally make you look very shrunken. The midi just gives you more legs.
It does. And I'm just going to remove the belt one more time. By the way, I love how easy it is to remove these belts with the snaps. It's no fussing. But just a beautiful finished look. And I love that you mentioned this earlier, Anthony, about the scale of each print being appropriate to the color in the print itself.
Absolutely.
Because the scale is just a little bit larger right here on this multi-floral that I'm wearing than maybe on the garden floral that you're holding.
Yes, they're being scaled to.
They're perfection, and I love the way it plays off the orange here, and I want to show you just for a moment, I'll put this right here, how fun it is to play with these sleeves. We have just a couple minutes left, but if you want to maybe even bring it up, because you do have that full elastic, watch how it just transforms even there into a slightly more elbow-length bishop. So beautiful, and then you can play with it throughout the day. It depends on how much jewelry you want to show off, right? Maybe you have a bunch of a wristscape, if you will. You can bring it right here, and look at how stunning that is, just to show off all of your favorite jewels.
And could you imagine when elastic was invented, which was like in the 20s, and they were able to do those great flapper dresses, they were able to do those wonderful, wonderful chemise gowns and stuff for Schiaparelli, Elsa Schiaparelli, one of the first designers. And they said, that's radical. You can pull up your sleeve. And now elastic has gotten so much more refined, and we've been able to bind it and self-coverage it and according so you don't feel that impression on your skin. That's what I love so much about the opportunity with this sleeve, the full-on bishop. Back then, you couldn't pull it all the way up. You'd be like, oh, circulation
it's
problem.
Beautiful. Even sometimes I don't even want to hide it. The way that you finished off this elastic here, it will read a bit like chiffon, but it's going to feel like the most movable, breathable, athletic-worthy, mesh. But it will read visually like chiffon. Truly a wedding guest-worthy gown.
Yes.
You could definitely wear this to all of those weddings, graduations, anniversary parties. The event will meet you wherever you are.
And I gotta tell you, there was 25 team members on this one creation of a dress. 25 team people who came together from pattern making to actual coloration, from fit technicians, design technician, to the actual textile production team. There were 25 eyes, double that, 50 eyes on this garment.
Wow.
From idea to completion. That's a lot for one garment. And that's not including the fit models that tried on the dress. So rest assured, when you get this at home, it wasn't just like, oh, let's just make a dress. I mean, oh, let's just make a cake. No, we really sat down and we thought of every little box that you have as a shopper for a summer dress,
yes,
and we put it all together for you.
You know what? It's going to be hard for me to choose just one. I'm loving this one. Initially, the palm is what drew me in. So a lot of you are on the line right now. If you want to grab two, remember it's a $26 and change flex pay. I have to giggle as I say it because this is a party. We're all invited, baby. I love it.
It's gonna be so much fun.
Absolutely.
We have to have a barbecue when you move to Georgia.
I know.
I'll invite you out.
I'm gonna wait for that front wreath that you said you'd get me on my front door.
Look, I already changed my wreath. You should see my wreath. It's a big old wreath.
How big?
I think it's going for 36 inches. The whole door is a big flower.
You do? You have a 36? That is doing it.
And my neighbor,
Do
Carol,
you crawl through the wreath to get in here?
Carol said, Anthony, that wreath is so lovely. I said, well, it's summertime.
Amen. We are going to take a break, but just to show you one more time before we go, this is the butterfly multi. We're down to just a couple hundred left.
Thank you, ladies.
You will still be able to get all sizes available there. Here is that palm multi if you're ordering over the phone. Oh my goodness, gorgeous, gorgeous for my turquoise girlies. I'll probably put that on later. Garden multi here.
This is the belle of the ball.
It's your favorite?
It was my second favorite. A butterfly and then her.
Oh, I love it. And then I am wearing the floral multi. There might just be a handful left of this stunning leopard. But remember, if you do love this leopard, you're going to find